It's about that time.
Stoned on Sports.
How's it going, everybody? You're tuned into Stoned on Sports Fantasy Football. My name is Matt. Got the awesome co-host Kyle here with me today, and it is Sunday. That means it is Tinker time, where the wrong decision turns that win into a loss, or the right one will turn that loss into a win. And since we're now at the halfway point of the season, we need all the wins we can get. Kyle, how the hell are you doing today? Coming off of a not NFL related, but Michigan got a nice win last night over their in-state rival.
Go Blue. Yeah, nice game over Michigan State. Totally unexpected. All day I went into that game saying, we're just not talented enough to win. And I thought State could definitely lay one on us. And no, we stood tough. Everybody played good. The first quarter wasn't so great, but from then on, it was good. I mean, time of possession, it was way less. They held the ball way more, and I think they ran over 150 yards on us, but still won. The defense played pretty good, and so did Davis Warren. Actually, I was shocked that he was making passes yesterday that he wasn't making a month ago.
Oh yes. So we got Spock here in the chat. Good luck this week, guys. Right back at you, brother.
Hell yeah.
Bisco joining us. What up? And Dubo in here with a question already. Olave, Bateman, or Downs?
Let's see. Downs is out. I can't really use him with AR starting, so that leaves Olave and Bateman for me. Got to go Olave there, I think.
So you're going to trust Spencer Rattler, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's the man on that team. Rashid Shaheed's gone now, and I think you drafted Olave where you did. I feel you got to play him.
I understand that line of reasoning. I don't really. I don't know if I trust Rattler. Bateman going up against Cleveland today. I think Zay Flowers is going to draw quite a bit of attention there. I think with just how bad Baltimore's secondary is, we could see some points scored in this game now that we've got a change at quarterback there in Cleveland. I'm going to go with Bateman coming off a 4 for 121 and a touchdown last week. Maybe he can keep that momentum going.
Good luck, Dubo. Let's go. Full PPR. Which two? Pollard or Bigsby in his flex? He has Kamara and Javonte as his running backs. Pollard has a tough matchup, and Etienne is out.
Yeah, I think you answered your own question there.
Pretty much.
Really. Go with Bigsby. I think Tennessee is really going to struggle to put points on the board today. I wouldn't be surprised if this finished like 28-10 or something like that. Etienne, he's out. Tank has shown the man can produce this year.
Yeah. I have Pollard in a league, and I am benching him this week. Okay. Himothy, as a NOLA fan at LSU and Saints, is sending me to deep depression. Sorry, man. That's the way it goes.
Yeah, LSU had that. They won the Magnolia Bowl last week, and then this week, Texas A&M comes to town and shows them what's up. The Saints, look, they just keep kicking the can down the road there constantly in terms of the salary cap, and it's going to bite them. The signing of Derek Carr there is not something I would have done, but, I'm not Mickey Loomis. So,
Loud Boy wants to know, Tua or no? First game back for Tua. I think so too. It's time for. I bet them guys are excited. I'm sure Mike McDaniel's excited to finally fully unleash this offense. I'd start him. I am as well.
Yep, wholeheartedly
for helping with my brother's team. But yeah, Daniel Caps, welcome back. Love the Tom Brady pick there. Needs flex in a PPR. Rashad White, Monty, or McBride. Matthew Berry said Monty, but not sure what y'all think. I think he's the one that could score a touchdown out of that group.
Yeah, I think both him or McBride could score. I think there's a halfway decent chance that Cardinals and Dolphins game goes over the total. Right now it's sitting at 46.5. Dolphins are -4 there. If it does go over, chances are it's not going to be all Miami. Arizona is going to do some scoring, and Trey McBride would be a big part of that. Rashad White had kind of a renaissance game last week. And the last time the Falcons and Buccaneers played, that was a pretty damn high scoring game. He'd be used quite a bit out of the backfield. If that does happen, if both teams go up, I think he's got a great shot for quite a few catches out of the backfield. Daniel with his follow up there. I think Monty is a very solid floor option today. I think just given how I would say both you and I anticipate the game going, I think there's a great chance that Monty gets 20 touches today, where I don't see that happening with Rashad White. I'll agree with Matthew Berry.
And 20 touches, I see him getting 20 rush attempts. Maybe he gets 22 touches or something with a couple grabs. But, I think he's got a good chance to go over 100. I like it. I don't hate the Rashad White in a PPR in that game that could be a shootout either. But my brain says go with Monty. I guess too. It depends. And if he's such a great floor option, Daniel, are you 6-1? Are you 2-4? Or 2-5? Do you need some upside or a good floor play?
Sure. Yeah. And look, these decisions, whether it's gambling or making decisions with your lineup, you do it with your head and not your heart. Betting or making lineup decisions with your heart is a lot like thinking with your dick. It feels great in the moment, but chances are you're going to regret it later.
Dubo in the chat. What's up, brother? Tyler Lockett or JSN? Ooh. What do you think? I don't love this game at all because of the weather.
Yeah, and I think that's a great transition. There in Seattle, they're looking at periods of very heavy rain, some wind along with it, and then it's going to be dry for a little bit. That is a 4:00 game, so the forecast isn't super dialed in at the moment as far as exactly when throughout the game those weather conditions can be expected, but it's something to keep in mind as we look at this. Now, obviously, you're choosing between two dudes on the same team. With DK Metcalf out, it's looking like Bobo is going to come in and
sure
at least take on that role. Obviously, not the production. Tyler Lockett has been quietly solid this year. He's on pace for just under 1,000 yards. He doesn't have the touchdowns. I'm going to go with Lockett. My gut is telling me go with Lockett, and I know I just went on that little rant about, your head and your heart. This is, meeting halfway.
I like it. Himothy trying to figure out his flex in a PPR for two of them. J.K., Olave, Bateman, Debo, and Juan Dale. I right off the bat, it's J.K. for me for one. I think he's going to roll over the Saints, and I like Debo. The upside's just too great to ignore.
Yeah, agree wholeheartedly. This is one of those times. Don't overthink it, brother.
We got here Joey Mickles. Sorry if I butchered it, man. Welcome to the show. Appreciate you stopping in. Flex PPR question: Pollard or I'm guessing Marvin Harrison Jr. I think Pollard's going to have a tough time against that Lions rush. D, what do you think?
Agree wholeheartedly. Marv is the choice for me here, going up against the Dolphins, where there's a pretty good chance there could be some points scored. It's one of the higher totals on the board today, and there really isn't that big game with a total over 50. So it seems like most of the games are in that like 45 to 48 range. I think this game was at 46.5. I think this is a game that's going to go over that total. Marvin Harrison's going to be a part of that.
Yeah.
And I could see Pollard getting scripted out of this one.
Exactly. Yep, for sure. Daniel Caps, that's why I come to you guys every week. We really appreciate that a lot. And so it's a good time. Smash those likes. Give us a subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Trying to get to the graphic. There it is. Yeah, we're here for you guys, always taking your questions every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern and every Sunday at 12 noon Eastern. Who we got next? Daniel Caps is 4-3. Love it, man. Get that fifth win today. Who do we got next here?
We got Lex.
Happy Sunday to you, Lex. Flex 2 and 1 RB in a PPR. Olave, Hopkins, Keenan Allen, Michael Pittman, McConkey, Bucky, or Ramondre. How confident are we in D Hop today there with Kansas City his first game? Enough to start him?
I mean, I really don't want to.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this earlier in the week. He has exactly 1 yard after the catch this season in the 5 games that he's played. He's going to catch it and fall down. Andy Reid come out earlier in the week and said that, he's going to be used in that Rashee Rice, Juju Smith-Schuster role. Well, that's fine. But one thing both of those dudes do very well is run after the catch. I think if anything, he's going to end up being like a third down, red zone, move the chains, but not a whole lot else kind of receiver. I think maybe he'll get 6 targets today. And even though he can't run after the catch, the man can still catch. He's got good hands.
And he knows how to get open.
Yes.
He's been in the league a long goddamn time. But anyway, all right.
There's nobody that pushes off better than DeAndre Hopkins.
That's for sure. Man, these are some tough ones.
I know I'm going to go with Bucky and Ramondre. The Jets can be run upon. The Falcons, you can run on them as well. Out of those receivers, Pittman is a no for me. Keenan is probably a no for me. McConkey, I don't think the Chargers are going to have to pass a whole hell of a lot today. No. I think it's going to be a big dose of J.K. Dobbins, and I think Kamani Vidal will get involved a little bit more as well. Do we want to go with, Olave there on the other side of that? DeAndre Hopkins?
I like D-Hop over the Olave. I just think he's going to surprise you. I don't think that injury could be that bad too. Obviously, he passed the physical and the medical tests for Kansas City. I think he's going to look all right.
Yeah, I'm going to go Olave personally. Okay. For me, it's Olave, Bucky, and Ramondre. Good luck, dude.
Lawboy wants to know, because he asked earlier about Tua. Should he start Tua over Josh Allen, though?
I'm going to go with no on that. I think just given the possible weather conditions, it's closer than you might think it is at first glance. But Josh Allen has that rushing upside. The last time Tua took off and ran with the ball, he missed a month. So,
let's see. Hemothy, Debo screwed me last week. Not 100% sure that he'll play. The reports this morning from Schefter expected to play. I know it's rough. Hopefully it's because it's a Sunday night game. So you got to hope that Shefty's right, but he seems right a hell of a lot.
We got somebody behind you there. Looks like we got a 3-man booth. Oh, he just jumped out.
Yep, there's a kitty there for a minute, hanging out, wanting to know what Dad's doing. Daryl Hodgkins, welcome to the show, man. Appreciate it. Got a question for at tight end. Kraft or Pitts at tight end? Tucker Kraft has he's got 4 touchdowns in the last 5 games or something.
Something like that.
I really like him. Against that Jacksonville pass defense is very, very weak. But there could be how did Pitts do in that week 5 game when Atlanta played?
7 for 88 off 8 targets. He's been getting targets lately. His last 3 games, 8, 5, and 9 targets. He's had at least 65 yards receiving in each of the last 3. He only has 1 touchdown, though, which he scored week 1. Tucker Kraft, a little bit better in the end zone department. This one, I don't think Tampa Bay is going to be able to keep up with Atlanta today, quite frankly. I'm going to go with Kraft.
Okay. I don't hate it. That was my first thought, was that. But a lot of mouths to feed. Well, a lot of mouths to feed on both teams, honestly. Let's see. What do we got? Blue Jays. What's up there
What's up,
from
Blue?
north of the border there? Hope you're doing well as well. Need some help. Bigsby, Hubbard, or Myers in the flex. I'm thinking about Bigsby for sure. Hubbard's gonna, he couldn't do anything when Bryce Young was at the helm the first couple weeks of the season. He's out for me, and Bigsby's just been on fire lately, and Etienne's out. So, you agree?
Yes, wholeheartedly.
Absolutely. Kyle B, great name. Love it, sir. Good stuff. Ferguson or McBride for the tight end, Devonta Smith or Dell in a PPR. Devonta Smith's been real. We both were high on him this year because of Kellen Moore coming in and his offense favoring slot receivers, so to speak. And it's not been the case this year. You like Dell? I like Dell this week.
Yeah,
Against Indianapolis. Houston's been just destroying Indy the last year and a half.
And I think too, he had a goose egg the last time out, and I think they're going to make a concerted effort to rectify that.
Yeah.
There's nobody in Indy's secondary that scares me. Tank Dell showed us what he could do last year as a rookie. I think that's still there today. I don't necessarily know that he's in line for a big day, but Devonta Smith, when A.J. Brown is on the field, has really been a non-factor. He's had his success this season when A.J. Brown was out, and Trey McBride over Ferguson for me pretty much every week.
Yep, definitely. Now, if Dallas starts turning it around here like they did the last half of last season, things could pick up for Ferguson, but as of right now, I agree, McBride. Bisco, welcome back, man. Evan Ingram or Hunter Henry at tight end today? I really think Jacksonville's going to have to throw a lot to keep up with Green Bay. I like Ingram this week.
I do too, but it's pretty close. The Jets allow the 7th, 8th most points, 2 tight ends.
The 7th, 8th?
Something like that. What is it? Yeah, they're tied for 7th with the Raiders. They give up just under 9 points a game, or I guess it's 10th. Numbers are hard. Anyways, they're a bottom 10 team against a tight end. That game, I don't know. I just have a hard time. I think that game is ripe to go under, quite frankly.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Evan Ingram. He's the more consistent dude.
Heck yeah. Dylan, what's up, man? Haven't seen you in a minute in here. You got a couple different leagues. Start 2 in a flex. Bateman, Odunze, Shakir, Olave. What do you like out of that first group?
I think Shakir is out for me, just pending the weather and everything. Damn. Olave is in for me. I think he's going to get the most targets out of Bateman, Odunze, and Olave. I think Olave is there. And give me Bateman.
Yeah, I'm high on Bateman this week. And Komet or Ertz. Yeah, they're both pretty even for me.
They are playing in the same game. I'm going to say Ertz.
Nice
on that one.
And let's see, Tua or Daniels. Man, it's hard to ignore Daniels if he's playing. Sounds like it'll be a pain tolerance issue for him. I'm sure they'll shoot him up full of some stuff, but
yeah, I think they're going to be a little bit more cautious with him. I think it's going to be more of the shorter passes and stuff like that. If the dude's got sore ribs and it hurts to take every breath, and they're going to look to minimize the number of times he gets hit, how often do you think he's going to run? Not a whole hell of a lot.
So you think Tua, or I didn't see when I saw the /Kirk, I immediately thought Christian Kirk, and we were on to the next section already. So Tua, Daniels, or Kirk Cousins? Sorry.
I'm going to go with Tua.
Okay. I think that's a good call. Jacobs, Dobbins, KW9.
We need 2
even
of
with
them.
the weather. Even with the weather, I think you still go Kenneth Walker, right? and
Yeah, the
Dobbins.
Bills are terrible against running backs. Jacobs is the odd man out there.
Yep. And then start one for the receiver, D-Hop, Scary Terry, or Wilson. Man.
I'm going to go with Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
I
Terry
think
takes
Devontae
it.
Adams is going to draw most
Yeah.
of the attention.
And Terry Scary is a little bit down value this week with Daniels.
He needs a flex too. You want to pull that back up?
Oh.
Yeah, one receiver and a flex. So out of the flex, it's Dobbins, Scary Terry, D-Hop. Who do you like out of that group? Or I'm sorry, Jacobs, Scary Terry, and D-Hop.
Man. Give me Jacobs.
Same. I think he finds the end zone this week.
Yep.
Good luck, Dylan.
Yeah, exactly. Kyle's back. Pick 2, JT, Monty, or Bigsby. Ooh.
Monty's in for sure for me.
Yeah. That's a toughie. How many times is Taylor going to touch the ball today? It's rough. That's rough.
It is. It's a tough matchup. But there's also a reason you took him, late first, early second round, something like that.
That's what I'm thinking.
Got Bigsby, who's like leading the NFL in yards per carry, which, you can't really ignore that. I'm going to go Monty and Bigsby.
Bigsby. Yeah. I just didn't want to say it. I wanted you to say it. It was rough. It's tough. That's a tough decision there, Kyle. Very tough.
It is.
It is.
But, we're giving you the best advice that we can. And at the end of the day, you ain't going to win shit if you're doing the same thing everybody else is.
That's true. That is true. Ravens-Browns game. How do you feel about that game? I think the Ravens will probably blow them away, but those AFC North games can always end up kind of going weird. So I think Mark Andrews, who's been really a non-factor pretty much in fantasy this year, might actually have a pretty good game. He always tears up the Browns.
He does, but if you notice, he's very, very touchdown dependent for any kind of week-to-week
for sure.
relevance.
He definitely
this season
definitely has to get a touchdown.
That game could be a sneaky scoring fest from the standpoint of the back end of that Ravens defense is pretty damn bad. They're going to be without Nate Wiggins and Marlon Humphrey today. We know Jameis is not afraid to sling it whatsoever. No. I think that is going to be a little bit more fun to watch than it appears on the surface.
Yeah. This guy, Nate.
What's up, dude?
Neighbors or Marvin Harrison in a PPR?
Neighbors.
I think Neighbors. He gets so many targets. That's the way to go there. Search and kill. Pick one for a flex. Javonte Williams, David Montgomery, George Pickens, or D-Hop. You thinking Pickens?
I am.
Is the PPR standard search and kill?
D-Hop is out for me. Javonte Williams, I understand being excited about the matchup against the Panthers, but there's also, multiple backs who are going to get touches in that backfield. It's not like Javonte is going to get 20 touches. For me, it comes down to Pickens or Monty. Mm-hmm. Pickens going up against, that Giants defense doesn't really scare me. Damn. I'm going to go Pickens in a PPR, Monty in a half or standard.
Yep. That's a great answer. Right along the lines as I was thinking. Love it. Most of the same podcast.
Yes.
Lucas, welcome to the show. Romeo Dobbs or Harrison Jr.? And give me Dobbs.
Really?
Dude.
I'm going Marv on this one. Dobbs, He's another dude. His big week score comes because he scores touchdowns. He had 2 touchdowns last week. It was on 4 targets.
I understand.
He doesn't get targeted enough for me.
This is his week. Going to blow up against that shitty Jacksonville defense. Both options aren't bad. Marvis and Harrison, yeah, he might see some more targets, but chance he has a dud too. I don't know. I'm not fully sold on him yet.
I'm sold on the
Wow.
talent. Like it
Sure,
seems
I'm
like
sold
him
on-
and Kyler haven't really developed that chemistry yet. But at the same
Yeah.
time, like the dude is a crazy elite talent. I'm going to lean towards the talent and perceived target volume on that one.
In honor of our former co-host Ramey, Colts at Texans today. I think DeForest Buckner's back. Did I read that from IR on their defense?
I didn't see him on the inactive list.
Okay, there you go. He's back. That'll be a big help for them, but I don't think it's enough to stop Houston. Of course, Houston did not look all that great last week, or well, certainly CJ Stroud did not look all that great last week. They played each other in like week 1, week 2 in Houston. They had a great game.
Yeah. The Anthony Richardson experience has got to be frustrating for Colts fans just because you can see the talent there. But when you're completing like less than 50% of your passes, that's a problem. And it's really made Josh Downs and Michael Pittman, like with Anthony Richardson in, Pittman is a wide receiver 3 at best for me. Josh Downs, I'm not even going to consider playing because there's nothing there for him. You know, and it's the transition of the Texans offense from last year to this year with the addition of holy shit. What's that dickhead running back they brought in?
Who? Where?
Joe Mixon. Holy shit. I spaced on his name. The Texans. I mean, they're much more of a run-based team this year than they were last year. I don't know that Stroud's going to get to 4,000 yards this year.
Probably not. Dubo, Dowdle or Rashad White in a PPR? I'm thinking Rashad White for me. Dalvin Cook's going to be activated in the for the Cowboys, so I think that's going to take some touches away from Dowdle. I like White this week.
Agree wholeheartedly. The Dalvin Cook era begins in Dallas.
Extended Mags, welcome to the show. Start 1, Olave, Hopkins, Christian Kirk, or Dontavian Wicks. Thinking, I got to be Olave all the way.
Same.
Even with some questionable quarterback play, I still like
Kirk.
him.
Kirk is a no-go. Wicks is way too inconsistent. Give me the volume that Olave is going to get.
This could be Kirk's last game as a Jaguar. He's on the trade block, from what I understand.
Yeah, he'll be an expensive acquisition for someone, unless
they'll
Jacksonville pays some of that salary.
Yeah, there'll definitely be a couple more wide receivers moved before the deadline. Lots of teams needing help at wideout.
So the spread on the Lions game is up to 12.5 now.
Insane.
With a total at 45.
That's a huge number. I mean, I know it's against the Titans at home in a dome, but that's a huge damn number. I think we did a parlay earlier before the show, and we bought that down a little bit.
Yeah, it's about 6.5, I think.
Yeah, Dubo says, "Holy shit!" Yeah, that's huge. But yeah. I definitely think they could do it for sure. Yesterday, talking to Matt, I definitely called that Hendon Hooker will get some mop-up time in this game.
I think so, too. Shit, maybe he ends up playing half of the fourth quarter. Or the final eighth of the game.
The final eighth. But I think that, I think they're just going to steamroll, I don't mean to sound very conceited about it, but Lions are the best team in the NFC. They're the number 1 seed in the NFC right now. Sorry, Dubo. Yeah. I'm going to butcher this. What is that? D-man in is wiener. I don't know. Demeaniness? Fuck it.
Damanini's wiener.
Yeah, there you
Anyways,
go. Start 2.5 PPR. Connor, Brian Thomas Jr., or Kareem Hunt. Ooh,
Kareem Hunt is in for sure for me.
yeah.
And I'm going to go with Connor. Honestly,
I like it too.
Arizona, very rarely do they abandon the run. James Conner is one of them dudes that's just always kind of quietly effective. Now there is no receiving upside with him.
No.
BTJ, you're really reliant on plays down the field, and when they don't hit, he's not doing a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah.
He follows up. BTJ has been so good. He absolutely has. I'm going to take the
garbage. There might be some garbage time production for BTJ if Green Bay gets up. A lot of things could happen.
It could. I mean, Hunt is in for real, and he follows up and says he had a dream about Connor balling out, though. Look, man, sometimes we got to listen when the universe is giving us a sign.
Yeah.
I think that counts as making your decision with your head.
Yep. Sure. Yeah, subconsciously.
Connor
Absolutely.
and Hunt, brother. Good luck.
Dubo, half PPR flex. George Pickens, Garrett Wilson, or Bateman. We seem to be getting a lot of these same.
Yes.
Same
Well, it's
names.
definitely not Bateman.
Nope. Got to go Pickens, right?
I'm going Wilson for floor, Pickens for ceiling.
Okay.
I think Garrett Wilson is a safe play. George Pickens is the upside play.
Love you guys too. Appreciate it. Remember, smash those likes. If you haven't, please also give us a subscribe. That way you won't miss us. We are here again every Tuesday, Thursday, 7 p.m. and every Sunday at 12 noon Eastern. What else we got today? 12:30. I know this is going to start popping off in a minute. People are going to get them last things. The weather in the Bills Seahawks game sounds like it's going to be pretty nasty, like bands of rain just kind of coming in sheets. And then you said it stops at a certain time, right before
it's supposed to be on and off.
Okay.
So they're not going to really have the forecast dialed in for in game until probably shortly before kickoff. Those bands of rain are going to come with some wind as well. And wind is a bigger concern, especially when there's some rain. I can't imagine there's going to be much going on downfield. I did see something yesterday, maybe a bit of hail as well.
Yeah, if you got
I think
Jason
the running
Myers
game is
or,
going to be unaffected. You know, Ken Walker, I'm still firing him up. James Cook, if you got him. I almost wonder if Ray Davis is a better running back than James Cook. Ray Davis has looked damn good this year.
Sure. He has. He's the battering ram of that backfield.
It is. We got Boss Man here. What's up, boys? Who to start? Pick 2 wide receivers from this list. DJ Moore, Terry McLaurin, DeAndre Hopkins, Debo, and Devonta Smith.
Debo's
so who are we eliminating first? I'm going to eliminate Devonta.
Yeah, for sure. Terry's kind of a downgrade as well this week, I think, well, it doesn't matter if Daniels does play, he's still a downgrade, or if Mariota plays.
Yeah, D-Hop is out for me.
Yeah, I'm thinking Debo and DJ Moore.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, Debo and DJ Moore. I would, sorry, mine went blank for a minute. I'd listen to an argument for Scary Terry. That's a 4:00 kick. So both of those dudes are going to be later this afternoon. It's looking like Jaden Daniels is supposed to play. He's trending in that direction. Obviously, we don't have the full inactive list yet. I think he does play.
Meeting with team officials at 12:45. So here in 10 minutes to confirm or not confirm whether he's going to play. So the reports have been positive that he will, but yeah. You know what?
It sounds like it's a pain tolerance thing.
Give me Terry McLaurin and Debo. Change my mind.
Listen to you.
Yep.
Good luck,
Ice
boss,
cold.
man.
Welcome back. Yeah, exactly. Good luck, man. Good luck with everybody's matchups. Ice cold. Welcome back. Purdy, Rodgers, or Kyler, or Chiefs or Ravens.
So
want
the
it too
Chiefs,
fruity.
I'm going to take there going against the Raiders. That one's a
Right.
no-brainer for me.
Yep.
Quarterbacks,
I
I'm
like
leaning
Purdy.
Kyler.
Really?
Really?
Dallas can't stop a fucking thing. A fucking thing.
That I understand. And when that happens, I think that'll tend to skew more towards it being a Jordan Mason kind of game.
Yeah.
Kyler,
Give
I
me
like
Purdy
the
for
rushing
floor,
upside.
Kyler first. Yeah, give me Purdy for some floor and Kyler for some ceiling. Jack House, Obi Jackson, Tucker Kraft, or Jake Ferguson. Give me Tucker Kraft.
Same. I think he's got a better shot to find the end zone.
Agreed. Gob MX, Garrett Wilson, or Debo. Supposed to play. I still like Debo. They need him.
I'm going to go Garrett Wilson on that one. I think he's got a
Okay.
higher target floor.
Okay. Rob Workout, welcome to the show. Ray Davis, who you were just talking about, or Braylon Allen. I'm guessing that's Braylon instead of Brandon.
Yeah. Battle of the backups. Since they made a change in play calling, Braylon Allen really has not been involved. It's been the Brees show. Give me Ray Davis. I think that game out there in Seattle is going to be run heavy, and I think he's going to have more opportunities than Allen.
Yeah. Yep. He needs to hold on to the football in a wet weather game. And Gob MX is back. Bigsby or Stevenson? Give me Bigsby all the way.
Same. Although the Jets, you can run on the Jets. Just Bigsby has been the better back this year.
Absolutely. Eric Anders, welcome back. Good afternoon. 12 team, half PPR, start to Waddle, DJ Moore, Chubb, and McMillan. Ooh. Waddle, I think, is in for me for sure. Tua back.
Yep.
What do you think? Who's your second one? McMillan, man, he looked good in preseason or preseason and in training camp, and he was really impressing the team. I like him today. I don't think it's going to be some type of Juwan Jennings type of outbreak from a month ago or anything, but I think he could have a solid game. I love DJ Moore. I just loved him so much more last year when he was the man there. And now there's 4 or 5 other mouths to feed, and it's tough to want to start him a lot. I like Waddle and McMillan this week.
Going with a hot waiver wire pickup in McMillan.
Yeah. Who's he going to throw to? Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, in order for them to stay in the game, they're going to have to throw to somebody. And McMillan did have 8 targets last week, even if he only did catch 3 of them.
Yep.
So
yeah, we're going Waddle and McMillan. All right, there we go. Nice. And follow-up question, half PPR, doesn't matter. Goff, Cousins, or Tua? Ooh.
In the battle of 3 statues, I'm going to go with Tua.
Yeah.
I mean, Goff, I could see him attempting like 22 passes today just because he's not really going to need to. And the same thing with Cousins.
Yeah. Atlanta, if they'd be smart, they just keep running the ball. Algier, Bijan. I'll just keep doing it.
Over and over
and
over.
Let's see. Jack Snyder, what's up, man? Alex Pierce, Wicks, or Keenan Allen in a half PPR for his flex. That is very, very rough.
It is. Damn.
I mean, you need Alex Pierce to break off for some 70-yard bomb. I don't see it happening. Wicks is so far down the pecking order. He's great. He's talented, but you got Jaden Reed.
He can't hold on the damn ball.
No, he can't hold on the damn ball. Too many mouths to feed. Keenan Allen, too many mouths to feed. Keenan Allen's going to have his games. Will it be this week, though?
I'm going to go with Keenan Allen on this one. I think
Okay.
If Jaden Daniels is in there, I think there could be some points scored in this game. I think Chicago is going to be able to score some points. Caleb Williams is playing much better over the last couple weeks than he was earlier in the season, and I think Keenan Allen's going to be a beneficiary of that. That Washington secondary is one that can be attacked.
Absolutely.
I'll go with Keenan Allen.
Heck yeah. Acrazia. Start two wide receivers and a flex in a PPR out of Adams, Dell, Devontae, Brian Robinson, Keenan Allen, Olave, Laporta, Otten. And
So I'm going with
okay. Yeah. All right. I see. Go ahead.
I'm going with Devontae Adams, Tank Dell, and I'm going to go with Brian Robinson at the flex.
Flex. Love it. Yep. You know, I'm praying Devontae Adams has a big game. I need him to.
I think he will.
Traded for him. I need him. Need him.
I think he'll come through.
I got it all tied away here. What's a game to talk about? I'm trying to find.
What do you think of that Bengals and Eagles game? The Bengals really seem like this year they're a team that plays to their opponent's level. You know, they got up for the Baltimore game and then they beat the Giants 17-7 in a game that they, really should have put up many more points in that. So T. Higgins is out. Who do you think is the beneficiary there? Is it Yosivas? Is it Mike Gesicki? What do you think?
I think it's Yosivas. Just Gesicki, however you pronounce it. Yeah, he's been okay tight end this year, but now you've seen Eric All come on the last few games and get a few targets as well. Not many, like 3. So that's kind of dropping Gesicki's value for me. I like Yosivas.
Okay. I can dig it.
Extended Mags, thoughts on Kansas City's defense? Full start for me, brother, versus the Raiders.
They're a plug and play in my mind.
Yep. They should be. Yeah. They were available in a league this week. I grabbed them.
Yeah, they're a fantastic defense to have. I think Jamar Chase is going to eat today. This might be one of those games where he gets 13, 14 targets, something like that. I think the Eagles are going to be able to put up some points. I'm looking for a big day from A.J. Brown. I think Saquon's going to be involved. Goddard is out. It's looking like, who is it? Grant Calcaterra. Non-factor there for me as far as I'm concerned. Maybe Devontae Smith gets a little bump up just because Goddard is out, but it's not much. He's the wide receiver 3 for me. He's just been such a disappointment. And it's really looking like Chase Brown has taken over that backfield there in Cincinnati over Zach Moss. He's definitely the more explosive player. How do you think he ends up rest of season? Do you think he's a running back 2 that can be counted on? Do you think he's more of a flex play?
Who's that? I was looking at something.
Chase Brown.
Love him. Traded him away for some good stuff, but I love him. I drafted him in our rookie draft in our home league. I like him rest of season. I never really thought Zach Moss when they signed him that he was going to be the guy there, and I'm glad they're mixing in Chase and he's actually producing. I think that will be the starting running back there next year, for sure.
I can dig it. And he showed some flashes last year as well when they still had Mixon there.
Yeah. They definitely did.
So we got, what's going on in the late games? Anything of note? Not really. Looks like some lopsided matchups. I think the Bills Seahawks game be a lot better if there was some decent weather there. I think we talked about it earlier in the week, and it still kind of amazes me that Josh Allen hasn't thrown an interception yet.
Yeah. He's turned the ball over, I think, on a fumble, but he has not thrown a pick yet. That is insane. And you get to a point in your career and you mature and you don't force those type of throws anymore. You get smarter. And I think a lot of quarterbacks go through that. And I think it's finally hit him.
That's it. He's a man with responsibles.
Exactly.
Oh, the Packers and Jaguars. Looking like that is our highest total on the board today at 49 points. Packers defense are going to be without Quay Walker again. And that Jaguars team is just such a disappointment. Yeah, Etienne is going to be out. He's been disappointing this year. Tank Bigsby has been excellent, better than anyone thought. BTJ, hell of a rookie season. Ingram, as steady as they come. Do you think there's any chance the Jaguars beat the Packers today?
No, I do not.
Easy
I
enough.
do not. And that defense is playing a lot better in Green Bay after starting the season there kind of rough. They were picking balls off like crazy, but they were still allowing a lot of yards, and they seem to have gotten a little bit better. I don't see it, even with Jacksonville looking a lot better last week. I think Green Bay will roll.
FTP.
Hate to say
we
that.
got I am K9 in the chat. Good morning and good luck, everyone. Good luck to you, K9. Half PPR start 2. David Njoku, Devontae Adams, Garrett Wilson.
Devontae and Njoku for me.
Really? And so why do you pick Devontae over Wilson?
Because he's Devontae Adams.
Okay.
What do you think? I mean, yeah.
So
you got two receivers on the same team there. So okay. Maybe Devontae takes up a lot of attention, frees up Garrett Wilson. Yeah, maybe that happens. Devontae Adams will be able to, I don't know. I think he'll be able to get open, and you'll see a lot better connection there with him and Rodgers than you did last week.
So last week, and just with how quickly you answered this, it's like you didn't even entertain the thought of starting Wilson and Adams. They both had 9 targets last week. So did Breece Hall. You've got Alan Lazard, who is out this week.
That's true. No, I did not entertain starting both wideouts from the New York today.
Okay. I don't have a problem with starting them both. I don't think this is the matchup to do it. I'll mirror you and say Devontae and Njoku.
So you're just giving me shit just to give me shit, eh?
I wasn't giving you shit. I was just trying to understand your thought.
All right.
Process.
We got 13 minutes for games to start. People got questions that need answered. Jerry Moo, how you doing? Full PPR. Start Chuba at Denver. No. Pittman at Houston or Pearsall versus Dallas.
Oh, wow. That's a rough one.
How desperate are you there?
Chuba is the volume play.
Against that rush defense? Ouch. Denver's been a very good defense. Isn't that right?
Yeah,
man?
they're good against the run. Pearsall versus Dallas. It looks like Jennings is going to be out. I understand Pearsall will be on the field more, but how much is he actually going to be used? It's looking like Debo's going to play. It looks like Kittle's going to play. Mason will be back there. I wouldn't be surprised if San Francisco slows this game way down and just says, screw it, we're going to beat the hell out of you on the ground. Pittman with AR at quarterback. We were talking earlier, he's a wide receiver 3 for me. And towards the back end of that, maybe you get lucky and he goes, 5 for 70, gets you 12 in a PPR. I would call that a win. Chuba for him, I understand like the standpoint, like I said earlier, of him being the volume play, but I think you really need him to find the end zone to have any kind of a day. I'm going to go with Pittman.
Okay. Extended Mag's got a trade offer. Hunt and Deontay Johnson for
Probably.
KW3.
I would rather have the KW3 side of that. Kareem Hunt, I think his relevance has an expiration date once Pacheco comes back. He's not going to see the kind of volume he is. Deontay Johnson, if he gets stuck in Carolina, that man is screwed.
Yeah.
So those are both guys who, while they have, Hunt has upside in the short term, long term, he really doesn't. Deontay Johnson, if he's still there in Carolina, he has no longer term upside. Ken Walker, I think, is a top 7 or 8 running back rest of the way.
Nice. And K9 says, appreciate the help in trying to move Wilson since week 3, but my league hates trading. I hate when you're in a league like that. In our home league, there's a handful of guys that trade. I don't know everybody either, but it's rough when no one will trade.
Oh, yes.
Jean-Luc Picard, which kicker today, McLaughlin or Tucker? I mean, Tucker's the best kicker in the damn history of the league.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Tucker here.
Yep. Ari Outwork, what's up? Welcome to the show. Sit one. Derrick Henry, Jacobs, or Jonathan Taylor? Ooh. What do you think?
I'm sitting Taylor.
You sticking with it? All right.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
All right.
Derrick Henry, you're never going to sit. So
no, absolutely not. God, he's just never. Every year, Matt says this is the year that Derrick Henry regresses, and then every year he eats shit.
Yep.
What's up, Prime? Hey, Mooney or D Hop? Give me Mooney.
Same. Eric agrees with us.
Yeah, he just wanted somebody to tell him it was okay to sit Jonathan Taylor, and it's rough. You're not going to say that much, but we said it earlier in the show. We're sticking with it. I got an injury thing to fix really fast, so talk for just a second.
All right. Well, let's take a
look at I got an emergency linebacker out that I wasn't expecting.
Oh, nice. So Prime's back. Cole Kmet or Kyle Pitts. Pitts has been getting some target volume over the past several weeks. I think there's a decent chance that hot streak continues. Cole Kmet, I think last time out he had those 2 touchdowns and had an awesome game. And while that's great, give me the consistency that Pitts has shown over the past few weeks there. Yeah. Good luck. And Air Artwork says they started Aaron Jones over JT also. Too good of a matchup. I get it, man. And you want to think in theory, all right, the Colts aren't bringing JT back to play unless he's 100%. But at the same time, there's this recurring theme of him continuing to injure the same ankle over and over. And it's the same injury. And it's frustrating because something like that, there is a risk of re-injury. So those are the tough decisions we make. Good luck, though. We got Mr. Magic, HD, Geno or Dak, rest of season, 4-point TDs, full PPR. As DK also. I'm going with Geno. Dak just has not performed at all this year. Geno has. Now, today might not necessarily be a good reflection of that just because of the weather out there in Seattle. But I'm going Geno rest of season here. Dak is just a guy. As a matter of fact, I dropped him in a league and picked up Caleb Williams. So that kind of lets you know how I'm thinking about that as well. And one thing we're seeing too, defenses are really keying on CeeDee Lamb and the rest of the offense is falling apart. There's no running game to help offset that. Chicago's in a tough way. Give me Geno. And then you can stack him with DK, who hopefully be back. Prime's back saying traded Najee and McLaurin for Hill and Achane. Do you think that will come back to bite me? Very rarely do we want to invest a lot in one offense. If we're going to do that and Tua stays healthy for the rest of the year, I think you're going to be thrilled. Najee has a couple 100-yard games back to back, and it's looking like Russ and his ability to throw the ball downfield is going to help open up some things there in Pittsburgh. So that's benefited Najee. McLaurin, I doubt there's anyone happier than him that Jaden Daniels is in town. But at the same time, Tyreek Hill is the best player in that trade, and Devon Achane can win you weeks single-handedly, as can Hill. It's a risk, but at the same time, like, you've heard it before, no risk it, no biscuit. Good luck to you, Pry. We got Matt. Obviously, this is a very intelligent individual here.
Yes.
Waddle or Monty in the flex? That's a toughie.
Yeah. Standard PPR, I guess.
Yeah, I'm going
PPR for Waddle and Monty for standard or half. Or the touches for Monty today is, I mean, he's gonna touch the ball more than Waddle. That
it's
he
a
is.
PPR. I'm gonna go Monty for floor, Waddle for upside. If you think you really need somebody to have a huge game to win this week, go with Waddle. If you just need steady production, go with Monty. Those are both really good options.
Okay. All right. You gentlemen are absolutely stand-up men. Appreciate it. God bless you as well.
Thank you.
Supersonic says the cliche master. Yes, you are. You are a master of cliches.
I have all the best words and all the best cliches. And I even make up my own.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and put those out into the lexicon.
Right. We definitely appreciate the kind words. It was a good time for me and Matt to grovel and say, give us that like, smash that subscribe button as well so you don't miss us. Remember, we are here every Tuesday and Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern and 12 noon Eastern on Sundays. Prime, appreciate you guys as well. Got my final lineup set. Burrow, K9, Saquon, Jamar, Mooney, Pitts, Cup, and Najee for the week. I think Najee's a great play this week while he waits for that trade to go through. Good luck, man. I hope you win.
Good luck. Get that win and report back.
Exactly. Yep. Good luck, everybody. Games are starting here soon. Hope your lineups are all locked in and ready to go. We will return on Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. We will have, 10 waiver targets, 10 or so waiver targets for you for week 9. There'll be some good ones. There'll be bound to be some injuries this weekend, and we'll try and fill those holes. Do buys return next week again, or is it 2 weeks in a row?
Yes. Yep. Buys are back.
So help you with buys as well. Good luck, everybody. Have a great afternoon. Eat lots of, food and drink some beer and wine and stay stoned.
I guess you could say that question was a little bi-curious.